Okay, good evening. Merry Christmas to you all. And happy holidays. I'm just going to adjust something real quick and we'll begin. Okay, I've adjusted it. So basically we can start. I see that we won't be having any participants today in this talk. So I'll just use it quickly to give you in my last tip, I kind of explained of how to use tinnitus points for treating patients with neglect. Neglect is actually, speak about it again, it's in general a syndrome that appears after any brain trauma. And then what is happening in a patient is neglecting one side of his body or any stimulation coming from one side of the body. So if he has any brain damage to his right-hand side, he'll be neglecting his left-hand side and any other stimulation coming in from that area. Could be sound, vision, and etc. So basically, I'm just going to show you, it was a quick talk. I'm just going to show you the points, which points you can use, and try and explain a bit more about where these points are located so you can actually use them in your clinic. In my last tip, it was basically for people who have attended any workshop or YNSA workshop and understand the location of the points. So this is actually for you people who have never used YNSA. Hopefully this explanation will show you where the points is. To other people that are not Chinese medicine practitioners or seeking medical counsel, don't take this as any medical counsel, and please see a doctor if you have any problems or any problems. This is mainly for learning purposes only. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Okay, let's share my screen. I'm going to bring up the video which I wish to show you. Okay, it's basically not the video I want you to see. I want you to see the points where they're located. So this is what is basically used for in Yamamoto new Scalp Acupuncture. These are 4 points that are basically used for treating tinnitus, high pitch, low pitch. And I'm just going to use, and later on, Yamamoto discovered that it also has an effect on the vision. So I kind of combine vision and ear problems together, or tinnitus, and I started checking how it will affect patients suffering from neglect. In my work in the hospital and research that I've been doing, and we've seen very good results of this combination of points. So basically, it's built from 4 points. One is located right here, 2, 3, and 4. So now, if you can see, it's all arched. The points are in an arch around the temporalis muscle. So you're going to be, first of all, you're going to be above the temporalis muscle. The next, we're going to start looking for the points. So we're going to divide the ear into thirds. 1 and 2. We're going to take the lower border of the upper third of the ear, which you can see here. It's basically where the antitragus is located. And we're going to go back to the gallbladder meridian, and we're going to feel a notch. Okay, this notch is not the point you're looking for. And then you're going to go slightly back, more posterior, and then you're going to get to the next notch. It's about a centimeter in distance for one from the other. So that is the first point. This is what is the ear yang point. The next 2 points are located just above the temporalis. So what we're going to do, we're going to fold the ear into half, and we're going to find the apex of the ear. And then we're going to multiply the height of the ear. We're going to find ourselves right around about up here. And we're going to go 2 centimeters back, posterior, to the apex, and we're going to look for a notch. That'll be point number 2. The next point is 2 centimeters anterior to the apex line. And again, we're going to look for a notch. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to look for the fourth point, which is located on the forehead. So we're going to continue the line of the temporalis muscle, and we're going to continue, go to the divide, we're going to divide the forehead into 3 as well. So we're going to go to the upper third border of the forehead, and continue that line of the temporalis that goes in as arch. We're going to compare that point into an arch until we locate this point. It's on the upper third. If we take gallbladder 14 is located down here and in the front a bit, we're going to go about up 2 centimeters and back 1 centimeter. So we locate in this point, and you will, and this is the fourth point you will be using. Or another way to look at it, if you look at anyone's profile picture, look at anyone on the profile, you'll see actually a bump in the corner of the forehead, and you divide on the third part of the forehead. So this is the point, the fourth point. So what you want to do is first needle all 4 of these points. On the side, the patient is suffering from neglect. So if he's not acknowledging his right-hand side, you'll be needling these points on the right-hand side of the scalp. If he's not acknowledging the left-hand side, you'll be acknowledging the left-hand side of the scalp. What I would recommend as well is to actually use these points and then see how the patient reacts to it. Another point which you can use is actually located. If we take the line between, which is called the D point, I would add it especially if I'm suffering from neglect in the lower parts of the body, or of the foot, I'm having problem walking. I'm going to draw an imaginary line from the root of the ear, which is located here, to the outer contours of the ear, and where it crosses the hairline. This is D point. I would combine the D point with these 4 points. This D point actually has effect of everything what is below the diaphragm down. So you can also use it in general. You can use it for treating pain or sciatica or weakness of the limb, paralysis of the lower limbs, abdomen pain, and etc. So you have another point you can use. So I'm going to come out of sharing my screen. I'll go back to seeing what I can do. So basically, that is it. So I hope this explanation will help you use these points for treating neglect, and add the D point, especially if the patient is suffering from walking disabilities. With these 4 points, or if you can even use these points, like I said, they were developed for treating tinnitus or for tinnitus, high pitch or low pitch, but also any disorders of the ear, balance, vertigo, construction in the ear, fluids. So you have these points. So this is my have all of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year's.